Hello, friends. I want to share my experience about writing and publishing research papers. Like many research students, I work passionately on the research, doing experiments, analyzing data, etc. I finally decided to publish my work. I wrote a research paper in a week and reviewed it many times. The paper looked good, and I selected a journal to publish. I edited the paper according to the journal guidelines and finally submitted it. I finished everything in 2 weeks. I was expecting a review in a month. Unfortunately, I got a mail next day that the objective of the paper is unclear and the paper structure was confusing. Hence, the editor is rejecting the paper. I was disappointed, hated the editor and the journal. Then, I started working on a new paper. I took little more time to write this paper and took more precautions than the previous one. I submitted the paper to a good journal. Thank God I did not get the rejection next day. However, 2 months later I got reviews for the paper. Guess what? Paper got rejected again, although there were few positive comments. All my research appeared like trash. Somehow, I managed to regain my confidence and decided to write a new paper with a very innovative research. But this time, I went to get some guidance from my professor. He suggested me to stop writing and research on why my papers were rejected. I felt discouraged. One day later, I decided to be a critic for my own papers, and my target was to make at least 20 comments, hoping that I will not have more than two. I analyzed the paper and made 20 comments within first 4 pages. I realized the most important thing that day: writing is not easy. I understood that my writing style was bad. However, I was desperate to improve it. I read books, watched many great videos, and attended talks on writing, thanks to my graduate school for conducting such sessions. I adopted new techniques into my writing, and for the last 7 months, I submitted 10 technical papers. Few got selected for publishing in journals, and others were under review, but none get rejected. So, I want to share the small changes that help me in improve my writing. Write a paper, select a journal, and format the paper according to the journal requirements. Select a journal, then write paper. Why? My first paper, I wrote like a mathematician and submitted it to engineering journal. Engineers like to see numbers or facts than mathematical information. Each journal has different set of reviewers, so our writing should match the expectations of reviewers. One more important thing is to look at the members of editorial panel and latest papers published in the journal. Try to include the latest papers of the journal that are relevant to your study and also any papers from panel members that are relevant. The reviewer might be one of the authors of these papers. Look at the impact factor of the journal or rating. Journal want more impact factors, and referring more papers from the same journal will help in improving impact factor. Use difficult words that make readers feel that my writing is top class. Use the best simple words in writing. It is very important to grasp people's attention for a long time, and each difficult word is a roadblocker. Writing too much and very broad information in paper's introduction. Be specific. Make the reviewers understand the problem clearly. Write the details about the problem and introduce the main triggers that can seize readers' attention. Use real life examples if possible. Finish the paper in one go, like continuously writing for a week. In my personal opinion, it is more important to focus on quality rather than quantity of pages. As writing is a creative work, it is best to write when you are focused. Thanks to my graduate school, they conducted a program called Dissertation Studio, which focuses on providing students an opportunity to have a period of focused time and support for writing. Like no cell phones, no emails, no friends, no social networking, only writing for 4 hours in a day. First 2 days were difficult to focus for 4 hours. because I was hooked unknowingly to these disturbances. Later, I realized the importance of quality time. I devoted 2 hours of my day only for writing. In 1 month, I was able to write 2 draft papers. The quality and productivity also increased. Reviewing process. I self review multiple times, often ask my advisor's feedback, and go to writing center to verify grammar of the paper. Typically, a professor in university will have a hectic schedule. They might not be interested to review the paper that is not well written. Before submitting it to your professor, find some of your friends. Good undergraduate students are best critics. Accept the criticism and enhance your paper if needed. The best comments I received were, I felt sleeping while reading your paper. Doesn't make sense. I understand the problem but not your solutions. Finally, reward your reviewers. I worked so much on the research, so the whole credit should be mine. It is an optional thing I suggest. If possible, get a good writing partner or research partner. Make him second or third author of the paper. It will help you in writing the paper in a good and creative way. Imagine now 4 eyes are watching instead of 2 while writing. Not writing the limitations that might show my work as inferior. It is best to write limitations of the study for 2 reasons. It helps the reviewer and it helps you to write a new paper overcoming the limitations of previous paper. I kept the best thing for the last. Submit the paper, it is completely revised, and get the thing done on the same day and feel relaxed. Don't submit. Relax one weekend or a week. Take a break. Keep your mind free from this paper. Watch movies, play games, whatever that makes you to forget about paper. Then study your paper. Be the final reviewer of the paper. If you find everything fine, then submit. Why? Working on the same paper for many days will make your eyes to skip the pages unconsciously as there will be nothing new. Come with a fresh eyes and see the difference. Then submit. Finally, I again submitted the 2 papers that got rejected earlier. This time I rewrote the whole papers. One got accepted without any comments from reviewers and second one got few comments and it is in the process of publication. Please do comment. Look for the next video with tips and tricks I adopted for technical writing in detail. Thanks.
Created using Powtoon.